Once upon a time, in a quiet town nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling sea, there lived a curious boy named Ziad, with his tousled brown hair, bright inquisitive eyes, and a thirst for adventure. Ziad was known throughout the town as the little mystery solver. You see, he had an extraordinary passion for solving mysteries and reading thrilling adventure books.
Ho, ho, ho!
His room was filled with magnifying glasses, detective hats, and dog-eared pages of his favorite stories. One day, a storm as wild as any Ziad had ever seen before raged through the town. Rain lashed against the windows, and the wind howled like a hungry wolf.
Ho, ho, ho!
Seeking shelter, Ziad ran to his school library, a sanctuary filled with the comforting aroma of old books and the promise of countless adventures between its shelves. As the storm reached its peak, Ziad noticed something peculiar. While sheltering behind a bookshelf, trying to hide from the rain, he felt something hard and small under his back.
Ho, ho, ho!
Pushing aside the dusty shelf, he discovered a tiny wooden door hidden in the most ordinary of places. The door seemed to glow faintly, as if inviting him to explore its secret. Curiosity bubbling within him, Ziad turned the handle. It was unlocked. He pushed the door open slowly, and whoosh! A sudden gust of wind from nowhere sucked him inside.
Ho, ho, ho!
Dazed but unharmed, he found himself in a clearing bathed in the golden light of a setting sun. Towering trees surrounded him, their leaves rustling in a gentle breeze, and the air was filled with the sweet melody of birdsong. But what truly stole Ziad's breath away was the sight of animals from folklore and legend all gathered in the clearing, seemingly engaged in a lively conversation.
Ho, ho, ho!
A majestic white stag with antlers like polished silver raised his head, regarding Ziad with intelligent eyes. Beside him, a sly fox with a bushy tail wagged his ear in greeting, while a family of rabbits hopped closer, their noses twitching in curiosity. "Welcome, brave traveler," boomed a deep voice. Startled, Ziad turned to find a wise old owl perched on a nearby branch.
Ho, ho, ho!
He wore a pair of round spectacles perched on his beak. "I see you have found the door of echoes. Only someone with a pure heart and a thirst for adventure could discover this secret passage," the owl explained, his voice raspy but kind. "And now, brave traveler, you must help save our land. Will you accept this quest?" Ziad, still in awe of the magical world he had stumbled upon, nodded eagerly.
Ho, ho, ho!
The owl, with a knowing gaze, handed Ziad a compass that hummed faintly in his hands. "This will guide you to the crystal of time, hidden deep inside the cave of shadows. But be warned, many seek this crystal for their own selfish reasons. Stay true to yourself and use its power wisely." With a grateful nod, Ziad set off on his quest, the compass leading the way.
Ho, ho, ho!
His journey took him through enchanted forests where trees whispered secrets in the wind, across babbling brooks that shimmered with rainbow hues, and over hills that seemed to touch the clouds. Throughout his adventure, Ziad encountered all kinds of magical creatures. He befriended a laughing dragon who loved nothing more than telling jokes, a cat who painted the sky with her magical brush,
Ho, ho, ho!
and a giant turtle who carried a beautiful garden on his back. They all offered him cryptic clues and advice, helping him on his path to the Cave of Shadows. But when he finally reached the cave, its entrance shrouded in darkness, doubt crept into Ziad's heart. For a moment, he hesitated, the weight of his quest pressing down on him.
Ho, ho, ho!
Taking a deep breath, he pushed his fear aside, remembering the creatures he had helped along the way and the beauty of the world that depended on him. With renewed determination, Ziad stepped into the Cave of Shadows. Inside, he faced a series of puzzling riddles and illusions, each testing his wit and courage.
Ho, ho, ho!
However, drawing upon the stories and adventures he had devoured in his beloved books, Ziad managed to solve each puzzle one by one. As the cave's interior began to brighten, he realized he had reached the heart of the cave, and there before him sat the crystal of time, glowing bright and warm. As soon as Ziad touched the crystal, the world around him started to shake.
Ho, ho, ho!
Everything began to fade, and he found himself back in the familiar setting of his school library. The rain had stopped, and a faint ray of sunlight peeked through the clouds, illuminating the empty space where the bookshelf had stood in his hand. He clutched the magical compass, its needle now pointing towards him, a silent testament to his extraordinary adventure.
Ho, ho, ho!
From that day forward, although the door might disappear, Ziad knew the magic would always remain, and maybe, just maybe, one day it would open again, calling him back to the world where bravery, kindness, and a love for adventure were the greatest treasures of all.
Ho, ho, ho!